Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Today is July 11th, 2013. The time is 7 p.m. If everyone would please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jackie, would you please take the roll?
President Janner,
Here.
Vice President Riley,
Here.
Commissioner Egan,
Present.
Commissioner Heidi,
Here.
Commissioner Ori,
Here.
Commissioner Todd,
Here.
Commissioner Young.
Here.
Next item on our agenda will be matters from the public. Jackie, has someone signed up to speak today?
Yes, Mr. Marty Walker.
Mr. Walker, if you'd please join us at the podium.
Board of Commissioners for the Naperville Park District. My name is Marty Walker, and I'm a resident of Naperville, and I happen to be the chairperson of RipFest 2013. I came here tonight to personally thank each and every one of you and your staff for working diligently with the Exchange Club of Naperville. We could have never done this enormous event that we hold as a fundraiser to give back to the community. For the last 26 years, we've given back well over $13 million to agencies that work with domestically violated children and adults. And without your assistance, we couldn't have done that. And I'm here to thank you again personally. We had a great event this year. We had great weather for the entire time that RipFest was going on. We had some bad weather before the event and afterwards, and we had a little bit of damage to the park, of which we'll take care of. But again, I wanted to thank you. And the other thing I wanted to mention to you, I wanted to introduce to you Dan DeBoo, who's going to be our 2014 chairperson of RipFest. So, again, thank you very much for your time.
Next, we will move on to updates and reports. We'll start with the Riverwalk Commission update. Commissioner Heidi.
Thank you, President Janner. No awards and recognitions tonight? Not that I know. Okay, just curious. The Riverwalk Commission met on July 10th. 2 months into the fiscal year, the capital budget is 42% consumed due to the completion of several large projects. The operating budget is 62% consumed due to the reimbursement to the Park District for annual Riverwalk maintenance services. The current intergovernmental agreement between the City and the Park District for Riverwalk maintenance expires at the end of this year. Amendments to the agreement will be made to reflect the addition of the Water Street property, the South Riverwalk extension, and the 430 South Washington property. The revised agreement will be presented to the Park Board this fall. In response to numerous citizen requests to materially modify the Riverwalk, a policy statement will be developed to ensure that any proposed changes are evaluated in full light of the mission, vision, and values of the Riverwalk Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Heidi. Next, we'll move on to the Riverwalk Foundation update. Commissioner Young.
Thank you, President Janner. The Riverwalk Foundation will meet again in September. They have not set the exact date and time. They did want me to report that the annual Class Act 2 concert, directed by Ted Friedenhagen, will be the weekend of the Riverwalk Fine Art Fair in September. The free concert begins at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 14th at Friedenhagen Park. And that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. Let's move ahead to the Carillon Foundation report. Commissioner Egan.
Thank you. Just a short report. Fireworks were a hit, and more importantly, Commissioner Heidi's dream's coming true. We are going to have heavy metal concerts with the Carillon. Please see the Park District website for more information as it becomes available.
Thank you, Commissioner Egan. We will move on to the Finance Committee update. Vice President Riley.
Thank you, President Janner. The last meeting of the Finance Committee was held on June 19th, 2013. There are no members of the public present at the meeting. Staff provided an overview of the district's 2012 annual report. This year's report was enhanced to include additional financing information, providing a snapshot of the district's 2012 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, or CAFR. With the inclusion of financial data, the district will apply for the Governmental Financial Officers Association Award for Outstanding Achievement Popular Annual Financing Reporting. This award program is designed to encourage governments to prepare and issue a high-quality, popular annual financial report. The goal of the report is to make financial information accessible to the general public in an easy-to-read format as compared to the traditional comprehensive annual financial report. The 2012 annual report was distributed to their board in their next weekly packet and is posted on the website. Also, the district's purchasing card, or P-card program, continues to yield benefit by improving operating efficiencies and strengthening controls. A total of 7,529 transactions for a total of $2.1 million were processed through the system, earning the district a $14,000 rebate. The Finance Committee recently reviewed the oversight controls in place for this program, and the committee is comfortable that adequate controls are in place to prevent unauthorized use. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Riley. Next, we'll move on to the Legislative Committee update. Commissioner Heidi.
Thank you, President Janner. The Legislative Committee hasn't met this month, but there are several important developments that fall within the purview of this committee on which I'd like to report. First, the Illinois legislature voted to overrule Governor Quinn's amendatory veto of the concealed carry bill. This law will probably take effect in March of 2014 and will allow private citizens, subject to some manner of oversight, to carry concealed firearms on their person. Park District buildings and properties are exempted, so firearms are not by statute allowed on premises. We should probably discuss the need to display signs to remind our patrons of this fact. Second, the stormwater legislation, House Bill 1522, passed both houses and was sent to the governor on June 14th. This bill is troubling for the Park District because it will translate into fees related to stormwater management. The Park District currently takes in more stormwater than it sheds, so in theory we should be compensated for this service rather than charged. If the governor signs the bill, we will lobby for sensible fee calculations so that we are not charged for handling stormwater. Finally, we have scheduled meetings with our local legislators, and I will report on the results of those meetings when appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Heidi. Let's move ahead to the Parks and Recreation Committee update. Vice President Riley.
Thank you, President Janner. The Parks and Rec Committee will meet next on July 24th at 10 a.m. in the Administration Building. Starting in August, we will have a standing meeting date of the third Friday of every month at 10:30 a.m. in the Administration Building.
Thank you, Vice President Riley. We'll move ahead to the Golf Committee update. Commissioner Egan.
Thank you. The Golf Committee met June 17th. We're still seeing somewhat average revenue and expenses, still being affected by the weather. July, however, is off to a good start. The online reservation system that we use is merged with another company, so we will be keeping an eye on service to make sure that that does not degrade. We spoke about the focus on keeping pace on the course. And don't forget about our early bird specials. GolfNaperville.org has all the information you need, and our next meeting is this Monday, July 15th at 7:30 a.m. at Springbrook. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Egan. And now for the Board President update. Naperville Park District facilities, as everyone knows, have been in the spotlight this month as we served as the host site for the Naperville Exchange Club's Rib Fest. Rib Fest has always been one of Naperville's marquee outdoor events, and with the Taste of Chicago moving off of Independence Day weekend in 2012 and into mid-July, we have welcomed new visitors from all over Chicagoland area, the entire Chicagoland area, and literally all over the world. I would like to thank Marty Walker for being here tonight and for his leadership, and would also like to extend a big thank you to Executive Director McGurry and the entire Naperville Park District staff. for all of their work in helping to support and execute RibFest this year. This is a huge undertaking, and I had the distinct honor of serving as a rib judge this year, and although the experience was a blast, after tasting 12 different ribs and 12 different sauces in a little bit less than an hour, I think I've had my full of ribs for at least maybe up until July of 2014. This past Monday provided the biggest challenge for RibFest, as event takedown was in progress, and we had some rain, and moving vehicles was difficult, but we got all that done, and we're thankful for that. Speaking of weather, thus far the summer season has proven to be extremely challenging for many of the district's outdoor programs, athletic activities, golf courses, and Centennial Beach due to the rainy weather and periods of clouds and cool temperatures. Throughout the spring and early summer, numerous makeup games have been needed for different games and programs that were rained out. Some of the activities impacted most include baseball, softball, tennis, and swim lessons, as well as golf. The weather has also significantly impacted the start of the Centennial Beach swimming season. Facility revenue through the month of June is down about 32% when compared to the same time frame in 2012. The good news is that quite a bit of summer is still ahead of us, and the forecast, hopefully for the next several days, is promising. We certainly invite all residents to visit the beach this summer now that the sun is out, and again, hopefully we'll have a good rest of the summer. Finally, we're very excited for the groundbreaking of the Knock Knolls Nature Center next week. Naperville is known for its unique one-of-a-kind amenities with the Riverwalk and Centennial Beach, obviously, and we hope the Knock Knolls Nature Center will be yet another great amenity for residents here to enjoy. The educational opportunities will be vast, both for children and Naperville residents of all ages, and further, the location is ideal in close proximity to the Conservation Foundation, and we thank Conservation Foundation President and CEO Brooke McDonald for his continued leadership and support. A nature center is something that has consistently been requested in recent resident surveys, and the Naperville Park District has received over $400,000 in grants that will help fund this project. The formal groundbreaking ceremony will take place at 2 p.m. this coming Wednesday, July 17th at 336 Knock Knolls Road, and all commissioners and residents are invited and welcome to attend. We will have some refreshments out there, but there will be absolutely no ribs, lemonade, or elephant ears. We hope to see you there. Thank you. I don't know about that either. Next, we'll move ahead to the Executive Director update. Executive Director McGurry.
Thank you, President Janner. Several things to mention. Commissioner Ori asked me to mention, and I think it's a great idea. Tragically, as you just mentioned with the weather getting better, a 74-year-old woman lost her life, I guess a couple days ago, merely walking down a trail. I believe it was in Arlington Heights, and was struck by a bicycle. I make mention of that because as the weather now looks to be turning better for the next 10 to 15 days or so, we need to be cognizant of our surroundings, both as people on trails, kids playing in parks, running out into streets and things of that nature. So I would just implore people, and I'm probably as guilty as anybody else on the trails with, everybody's got headphones on today, and that's probably one of the worst things you can possibly do sometimes, so you need to take those off, especially when you're crossing over at Bailey and Washington, as we further go up and down the trails there. So courtesy and safety is first and foremost. Something else I wanted to mention, and there'll be a whole lot more discussion on this, is for those that are watching tonight or those that will be watching in the future, there's been a lot of talk about the Affordable Health Care Act. It is important for people to understand the penalties for this act have been delayed. The law has not. The law takes effect January 1st. And so there will be some work to be done by this board and staff to make some determinations as to how that gets rolled out here at the Naperville Park District. Katie Seppi has done an unbelievable job of trying to garner as much information as she can, and is starting to be able to put a framework around what the impact will be to this district based upon the number of employees that currently would be at 30 hours or more. So we will certainly be talking about this in the future, probably at the upcoming workshop. But a lot of people in the community, as early as this morning at Starbucks, were talking about this, and they are all of the opinion this thing is completely delayed a year, and that's just not true. The loss is intact, and many organizations are moving forward with offering health insurance starting January 1. So I wanted to put that out on the table so that people understand that that could have an impact, certainly not only for the city, but certainly for the Park District. A couple other things here. The Autumn 2013 Program Guide will begin to be delivered to residents' homes on Thursday, July 18th. The virtual guide will be available on our website on Monday, July 15th. Online resident registration will begin July 22nd at 8:30 a.m., with non-resident registration beginning on July 25th, also at 8:30 a.m. We've got a very busy weekend coming up here in Naperville. Shakespeare's Comedy of Errors will be Friday, July 12th in Central Park at 7 o'clock, a free event. Rolling on the River, featuring the band Rocket. Jerry, I don't know if you'll be there for that. I think they're, yes. We'll both show up with our AC/DC shirts. Got it. Black Sabbath. Friday, July 12th at the Riverwalk Free Speech Pavilion, beginning also at 7 o'clock. Again, yet another free event. Concerts in your park featuring the band DuPage on Sunday, July 14th in Buntward Park, beginning at 7 o'clock. Yet another free event. And then finally, a third special needs night of the season at Centennial Beach will occur on Sunday, July 14th from 6:30 till 8 p.m. The cost is $3 per person, or if you have a beach pass, you can certainly use that. Our 2014 Capital Projects Open House will take place on Thursday, August 8th, right here at City Hall from 5:30 p.m. till 7 p.m., just outside the council chambers where we're seated right now. Residents will have the opportunity to learn more about the upcoming district projects and ask questions of district staff. And finally, summer camps are still in progress. Although we're already into the month of July, there's still plenty of upcoming summer camp programs. Choose from a wide variety of sports, arts, culinary, environmental, and golf camps for kids. Visit our website to view our virtual summer camps guide. And anything I've spoke of, you can certainly go to our website at www.napervilleparks.org to get more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Director McGurry. The next item on the agenda is approval of the Treasurer's Report.
Move to approve the May 2013 Treasurer's Report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Jackie, would you please take the roll?
Vice President Riley?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
President Janner?
Yes. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. And are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda tonight?
Yes, President Jenner, I would like item I, as in Ingrid, to be removed, please.
Are there any other items to be removed?
Move to accept the consent agenda items A through H and J through U.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Egan.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Jackie, will you please take the roll?
Vice President Riley?
Yes.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
President Janner?
Yes.
Move to approve the consent agenda A through H, J through U as accepted. Is a voice vote?
All in favor?
I still need a second,
Oh,
please.
excuse me, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Sure, new business.
Unfinished business.
Yeah, it's under unfinished. Item I is taken up under unfinished business.
Thank you.
So move to approve change order number 1 for the construction management services contract for the Knock Knolls Nature Center project in the amount of $107,050 to White Construction Incorporated.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Egan? Thank you.
I'm on time with this one, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't pull that just to make Mike read it all out, but this change order is for $107,000, and there's 3 parts to it. There's site utilities for $24,000, a playground improvement of $53,000, and landscaping for another $30,000. I'm all for the playground improvements and the surfacing versus the mulch. You're out there playing as a kid, you do a face plant, it's a lot easier to land on that than the mulch. The site utilities, as well as landscaping, total $54,000, and I don't believe that it's needed. I appreciate the input from everybody, but an 8-inch main instead of a 6-inch main, 8-inch pavement base instead of asphalt, storm sewer change to water main quality. These are benefits that our constituents get to see, touch, and can use. The landscaping, changing, increased turf seed and blanketing the area, increasing the size of the retaining wall, adding plantings. Again, nice to have, but I don't think we necessarily need it. I believe we as a board need to keep in mind of everything that we've got coming down. While I appreciate this isn't going to cost us anymore, it's still very much within the project's budget. We have to keep in mind the other things that we've got coming down the road and other things that we may want to add on to and provide other amenities that our people will be able to touch, see, and use every day. I get that some of this is risk aversion, which I appreciate, but I think overall this $54,000 could be saved and put towards another project which would serve the community better. So I'll be voting no. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, Jackie, would you please take the roll?
Yes. Vice President Riley?
Yes.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
No.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
President Janner?
Yes. Okay, future meetings, I will advise everyone of some of the meetings coming up here. Next meeting will be a regular meeting of the Park Board of Commissioners, July 25th, 2013, 6 p.m. at the South Maintenance Facility, lunchroom 3415 Book Road. The next regular meeting here will be August 8th, 2013, right here at the Naperville Municipal Center at 7 p.m., 400 South Eagle Street. And next meeting after that will be August 22nd, 2013, at 6 p.m. at the South Maintenance Facility, lunchroom 3415 Book Road.
Do we have to notice the strategic planning?
Yes, that is on the
18th.
18th,
I don't normally include those in this list.
6 p.m. right here at City Hall. Thank you, Commissioner Todd, for pointing that out. So again, that's a strategic planning meeting of the commissioners and staff at 6 p.m. right here on the 18th of July.
Move to adjourn to executive session to discuss land acquisition under 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Just also would like to say at this time under discussion, there will be no business after we break from executive session. So we have a motion and a second. Can you please call the roll, Jackie?
Vice President Riley?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
President Janner?
Yes.